Man, what is going on? What is going on? We are back, black, in the building. What is going on? Man, shout out to everybody out there at the Court Plantation. If you're doing it, hey, man, I'm trying to hit you as early as I possibly can. I got so much shit that I got to do. This is going to be about 15, maybe 20 minutes at most. Shout out to everybody out there that's begging and borrowing and pleading and surviving, scratching and surviving. Shout out to everybody that ain't doing it. If you got it, you know what to do, man, then do it. Shit, I ain't tripping off that. Shit, I hope motherfuckers can hear me. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah, motherfuckers can hear me. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Philly in the building. Stand up, Shawnee. Erica, Florida in the building. You already know. 066, you already know what it is. Shout out to everybody out there that is not at the Court Plantation. Maybe you might have a day off, man. Go chill with your loved ones and do what you need to do. Shout out to everybody out there that is living in their purpose and walking in their lane and not trying to be involved in anybody else's lane. If you know more about everybody else's business but can't even discuss your own business and ways of improving your life, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. And shout out to everybody out there that is not telling at the Court Plantation, because it's a lot of you Sambo ass telling about the gun line, Hayward, Shepard, Steven from Django motherfuckers that can't wait to tell on the nigga when you get to the goddamn Court Plantation. So shout out to all y'all that's out there that's just telling on the nigga just to tell, because you know that's what niggas want to do anyway. And shout out to everybody out there that is making a way out of no way. And like I said, staying in your lane. I try to do that every day. Keep your circle tight. If you're on the phone and you're not discussing business that could better enhance your situation, then get off the fucking phone. That's what I say. If not, man, do what you gotta do. But that's not something that I'm trying to do. So shout out to everybody out there that's handling business and you know what I'm saying, and just keeping your eye out on what's going on. I see all the shit that's going on. I see Chris Rock out there talking about, man, go do it now, man, because, you know, it happened to me and all this other stuff. I suggest that people understand what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit going on, man. You got the Star Wars shit. You got all this other bullshit. And you got motherfuckers cooning and sandboing for nothing. So we about to get into it right now. Hey, we got a lot to discuss, man. We about to get into it. Man, I just want to turn that down, man. Turn that clown ass shit down. Man. I'm getting right into it, man. I'm getting right into it. Alberto Friedman, a white Hispanic, a professor at a prestigious college. This motherfucker was mad because he had to drive around a sister. So since the sister told him to drive around, that motherfucker got mad, started calling her nigga and shit and spit on her. Now this is the type of shit that I'm talking about. And if y'all don't understand, Alberto Friedman, ALBERTO FRIEDMANN, Friedman, basically a white Hispanic who does not identify as Latino, but that identifies as white. For all you motherfuckers that be like, man, I'm not white, I'm Mexican. But the motherfucker act just like goddamn Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez. Those are white Hispanics who went to Santa Monica High School. They didn't identify with no motherfucking Mexicans around there. And if they get pulled up by the police, they gonna identify as white. They ain't gonna identify as no motherfucking Hispanic or Mexican. So stop. But anyway, man, I just thought it was very, very imperative that we talk about this shit. I got the audio or whatever, but it's just so funny, man, because motherfuckers be talking about go to school so you get you a good job. Yeah, go to school so you can be taught by a racist motherfucker that don't fuck with you no way, that's calling you nigga every chance he get. You know, y'all niggas need to, what I think needs to happen moving forward with us, we need to stop putting our trust in any other racial group that they care that much about us. They just know how to mask how they really feel. And, you know, yeah, we got Donald Trump that kind of enabled motherfuckers to be like, well, fuck you niggas. But you kind of want that because now you know where you stand with people. Motherfuckers be thinking because they smiling with these professors and all this other shit. Nobody give a fuck about that shit. They don't care about you taking a class and paying, man. They doing a job. This is business, not personal. So all your little white professors, all these little prestigious colleges that you go to, they saying nigga too. You know what I'm saying? Very seldom a motherfucker be on some stand-up shit and be like, look, man, that's some racist shit. I don't fuck with that. The majority of them that are dominant white society are going to go with what the fuck it is. And that is racism and white supremacy. And they are not trying to establish a system of justice. Stop thinking that they are, because they not. And stop being under this, what I would say, under this impression that these people really do care about you. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because I'm like, man, this is so ironic that the motherfucker was like, you know, there's clips of him too, you know, speaking in front of, you know, talking. It was like 10 years ago. You know, this motherfucker was talking about how they was going to the Olympics and all this other stuff. Very, very, very well spoken, articulate person. That don't mean he not articulate. He's very articulate. He's articulate enough to call motherfucker nigga type shit and spit on the motherfucker, which is an assault. That's how they really feel. And that is not gonna stop. And I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas say. Motherfuckers wake up every day thinking, you know, that's why I be telling motherfuckers, look, as Dirty Bookman says, replace the imagery of the white man's God, man. God asked them to commit crimes against us. So why the fuck are we fucking with them anyway? You know, motherfuckers better wake the fuck up. That's what I do like about, you know, a lot of people that's like, look, man, it's not just about religion, because religion, you know, religion has its own set of rules and regulations. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to put that shit to the side, and we got to understand, okay, well, we need to come together for this shit, because right now, they hitting us for the woo-wop, but let's do what we need to do. So when you got professors that's like, okay, you want to spit on a black woman, and you want to call her nigga and spit on her, okay, well then, you don't have to worry about working that job, because we going to show up, we going to pull up, and we going to pull up to where you at. And now talk that nigga shit and spit it in a nigga's face now. See, but these motherfuckers, these emboldened white supremacists are cowards. These are the motherfuckers that I be talking about that work at your local corporate plantation, that will smile with you and then talk all this crazy shit, but then hide behind the job and hide behind other people, but they're not bold enough to stare you dead in the face and be like, fuck you, nigga. No, they'll run and hide. And if you do what you're supposed to do, they'll call the police, put a case on you. These are the type of cowardly people that you're dealing with at these corporate plantations. So I don't understand why motherfuckers be talking about go to school, get you a good job, man. Please, if you can make it through, you know, the good job, if you can make it through the good school, because that professor, how many other professors do you think is like that? I don't understand. The only thing that would help black folk right now is give us what is owed to us. That is reparations, land, wealth, and resources that were stolen from us after we built this country for free. Fuck all this other shit. I'm tired of talking about Chris Rock, and I'm tired of all these motherfuckers. Get the jab. No, don't get the job and all that, man. Fuck all that. Give us our money, and then we can determine what the fuck we want to do. Fuck all that shit. Motherfucker want to give a nigga $100 to go get the jab. No, nigga. How about you give me $150 million? How about 150 trillion? So if somebody do take that jab, they kids to take care of them. Nah, y'all don't give a fuck. And I'm talking motherfuckers believing in the hype of, oh, well, everybody not like that. Stop. 99.999% of the nation, everybody's going to go with white supremacy. Now, there's some people that they will use that shit so it can benefit other racial groups, and I'm not mad at those people. But there are a lot of people that's like, well, as long as it benefit me, I don't give a fuck. And then they'll smile with you and dance with you and go to the cookout, eat your barbecue and lick their fingers and talk about and talk with a little twang like Tim Wise and shit. Then they go home back to their nice middle class, upper echelon type of household where they living in a 6, 7, 8 bedroom home or 5 bedroom home, driving a nice little car and shit, debt free. While your ass is smiling with them, thinking that it's the business, and nigga, they laughing at you. So I'm here to tell you right now, that's not something you want to do. You want to understand, when you send your kids to Yale and UCLA and all this, you need to educate whatever kids, cousins, and sisters, brothers, educate them. Hey, man, that is an institution of racism. They don't give a fuck about niggas. They're not going to talk about anything that would better our situation or our plight. And they don't give a fuck about no reparations, and they don't care about you. And don't let them hit you with this goddamn critical race theory, some chicken shit that the dominant society probably made up to deter people from talking about the real issues like reparations, like land, wealth, and resources that were robbed and stole from us. as we build the country for free, and they don't want to talk about that shit. They want to talk about some other shit. They want to talk about Asian hate crime and Lil Moist X and all this other shit. And I just be like, what the fuck does that got to do with what the fuck is going on right now? Y'all niggas is like, that remind me of the U.S. government. We're like, hey man, y'all want to go to war? Okay, well, aren't we going to Afghanistan? No man, let's go to Iraq. But ain't Osama bin Laden from Afghanistan? Nah man, type shit. So it's like, we got to wake up. We got to educate ourselves. We got to stay read. Like I said, I'm almost done with the book, Never Call by Una Judge. Yeah, man, it's a cold book. Cold book. She got away from their asses, though. They were still mad. Motherfucking George Washington and his bitch who had inherited all them dowries and shit because, you know, the nigga that she was married to had a whole bunch of money and slaves. You know, George Washington really had shit, but he had enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, wow. And that's why Una Judge like, fuck y'all niggas. I'm out of here. Then they try to, then it's funny, but they try to paint the picture that, you know, George Washington was getting over. Nah, nigga, that nigga wasn't trying to get over no slavery and emancipate the slaves. That nigga was like, fuck that. I'm not trying to do no labor. I'm fucked up out here, and these niggas gonna be in bondage so our kids can be straight. And by the time it got to the grandkids and shit like that, they started feeling so bad about what the fuck was going on. They started to let a lot of Una Judge's family members be emancipated. But damn, nigga, it was already. If it was that bad, then when Una Judge left, according to this book, when she left, it was other people that were in high places, like senators and stuff, that were really good friends with George Washington, and they knew how she looked, and they knew what she looked like. So when they saw her, they write letters back to the motherfuckers. You know, they didn't have phones like that then, so they write letters back like, oh, we just saw Una Judge. Woo, woo, woo. He like, well, bring that black bitch back here, basically. You know what I'm saying? I wish the book was a little bit more graphic. Then they try to persuade her to go back because, you know, according to the book, oh God, where was it? It was New Hampshire. New Hampshire, their slave laws was like going away where it was like a crime, you know, to capture slaves and stuff like that. And it was frowned upon, and politically it wasn't a good look politically as well. But you know what I'm saying? Where motherfucking George Washington was, Mount Vernon and shit, I think in Virginia, shit, it was all good to have slaves. So basically they was trying to he was trying to get the senators, basically, from what I read, he was trying to get the senator or the senator's friend, I forgot the name, Langdon or whatever, like, hey man, you know, you want to meet? And then they set her up like, oh, we looking for a bondwoman to wash clothes and a seamstress. So, you know, she need to work. So she show up, and it's this motherfucker that's in cahoots with George Washington, but he couldn't really grab her up because out there in New Hampshire where she had escaped to, politically it wasn't a good look. And there was a lot of free black people out there, so they basically was just like, you know, they basically was like, nah, you can't do that shit. So they helped her or whatever, and she was like, nah, I ain't fucking with it. But if you was really trying to emancipate slaves, that would have been your first slave. Like, you know what, fucking, I ain't doing that. But it was wealth behind that. So when you dealing with these people that's yelling nigga, nigga, and spitting on you, they know what it is because they're reverting back to the slave masters' DNA being passed down. That's why they gonna always look at us like that. They only want niggas to play basketball and run the football. They don't give a fuck about that shit. Hey, what's going on, Tommy? I see you. I'm about to get the fuck up off it right now. I got shit I gotta do. But I'm just saying, y'all niggas better remember that shit. Hold on, let me play this shit for you real quick, and then I'm about to shake. Hold on. I want y'all to listen to this shit, man. This shit is crazy. So this is where y'all put y'all trust in these institutions that don't give a fuck about us.
And spitting at a black woman at a car at a grocery store in Oak Park as her young daughter looked on. NBC5's Regina Waldrop is live in Oak Park with the story tonight. Regina.
You know, Rob, there is surveillance video of what happened at this store, but the store not sharing that video with us. But court records, they do shed some light on the events of.
You heard she said that store not sharing the video because that store owner is on code with that white man who spit on that sister. See, these store owners, don't get it twisted. They are all on code, so they don't give a fuck about your trauma. They don't give a fuck about a nigga spitting on you and calling you a nigga. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
But court records, they do shed some light on the events of that day. This college professor accused of a hate crime. The incident happened at this Jewel on Madison in Oak Park.
I'm very surprised that it happened at 4:30 in the afternoon and by a professor.
In court documents, Cook County prosecutors say on September 7th.
See, they try to hold professors to this astute type of of character, but that was already in that motherfucker. He was gonna do it anyway. He probably been calling motherfuckers niggas and nigga jokes and all that. Look, your average person that you think your friend, if they are not melanated, they're making those jokes and shit too. And then the melanated brothers and sisters be laughing at that shit sometime and thinking the shit is funny. Well, I would love a motherfucker to play some nigga joke around me and see how funny that shit gonna be.
The woman and her 7-year-old daughter were parked in the traffic lane at the store waiting for her mother to finish shopping. They say they heard honking and yelling. The woman says she told the man, identified as Alberto Friedman, to drive around. She told police the man got out of his car and went on a racist rant, calling her the N-word. The woman says she attempted to exit her car, but the man pushed the door closed, then spit in her face. Friedman was arrested and charged with aggravated assault and a hate crime, both felonies.
That's just...
But y'all want to give the Asians a hate crime. You want to give them a hate crime bill. That's what y'all did. Y'all gave them a hate crime bill, but black folk, we got to go through all this shit. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. That's the shit that I don't get. Stop partnering up with other racial groups thinking they going to fight your fight. They're not. They don't give a fuck about your fight. So the Asians, they got a federal hate crime bill while niggas is still out here talking about, hey, man, no justice, no peace. No, nigga, that's the problem. And then y'all voted Biden, so all you Biden motherfuckers, that, oh, Biden, you know, you going to get it done. You going to get these suck-ass niggas. Man, look, Biden going to do the same shit Obama did for niggas. Not a motherfucking thing. So that's what y'all niggas get for voting for a motherfucker like that. Your shit is saw after motherfucking Obama. Like, hey, anybody that's a part of that Democratic shit, they don't give a fuck about no niggas. If they did, they would be ousting motherfucking that old white motherfucker that was doing the motherfucking drugs with the niggas, with the moist niggas, and then the nigga, they passing out and dying. This nigga still awake and shit. I forgot his name. That motherfucking donor.
Atrocious. Why would you take the time out of your day to treat another person like that?
Friedman teaches at the National University of Health Sciences in Lombard. Representative LaShawn Ford says some of his students contacted him.
They sent letters to the higher-ups at the college, and they're very, very distraught because they are taught by this person.
In a statement, the university told...
Yeah, and you notice, and I guarantee you before this video goes any further, I'm going to say it right now, I guarantee you he's not fired. They're going to suspend him pending an investigation. They're going to let it go away, act like this shit don't exist no more, and then his ass will be teaching again. Now let's play the rest of the video and see what they say.
We take allegations of misconduct seriously and therefore have suspended Alberto Friedman pending the results of a university investigation.
There's no excuse for that because that's got to be in you. That doesn't come out of you if it's not.
And Alberto Friedman's attorney says his client denies using any racist language that day.
That's because there's no video in their audio. And that sister should have had her phone out. Like, oh, keep talking. But see, that's okay, though, because somebody else probably caught it.
Alberto Friedman was free on bond this past week or a few days ago, and he's expected back in court on Wednesday. Reporting from Oak Park, I'm Regina Waldrop.
Man. But y'all motherfuckers want to tell me, go to school so you get you a good job? Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Nigga, the racists are at the schools too, nigga. Motherfuckers be acting like the racism don't start until after you get out of school. No, nigga, racism is right now. Why the fuck you talking this bullshit? Nigga, racism is in kindergarten. Racism is in elementary. Racism is in junior high. Racism is in high school. What the fuck are you talking about? The fuck you mean? Racism is all around you. Motherfuckers be acting like that shit is somehow on pause sometimes. Like, oh, we gonna pause it because, you know, I'm a professor, so, you know, I pause my racism so I can give you guys a fresh shot. They don't give a fuck about no niggas. That's why I understand that shit. If more black folk, I can see if you go into a motherfucking historically black college where there's black professors, okay, that's different. But when you at these colleges where it's predominantly the dominant white society, I don't understand why you don't expect nothing but racism. And this man, he already had that in him, so he already been feeling that way anyway. That motherfucker been on that shit. He probably just was like, you know what, today is the day. Fuck this nigga bitch. And I'll spit on this bitch too. And that's why whoever had the camera footage was like, oh no, we don't want to share that. Yeah, because they're going to delete the camera footage because guess what? That is what's going to convict him. and he's not gonna get convicted because he probably got a lawyer on retainer, like we already heard. He's a white motherfucker, and he's a part of that system. So he probably looking like, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Let me play like I care, but deep down inside, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna still have my job, and that's just gonna be a dumb nigga bitch that I spit on. That's what's really going on. So while y'all sitting up here praising all these colleges and he's a professor and all this other shit, and formulating these opinions in y'all mind, like if we just do what the dominant society say, we'll be successful. If I hear one motherfucker talk about Jeff Bezos, man, Jeff Bezos is white. Stop acting like you're never gonna achieve that. Why, Warren? Unless you're allowed to and you're a safe Negro. But if you ever for your people, they're never gonna allow you to be like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates and all them other slimy, rich, white slave owners. Because they're there because it's their system. That's why they like it the way it is. You just gotta learn how that shit go and go from there. Like this one nigga that was in Never Caught book. That nigga, I don't know if he was related to the judge. I don't know if he was the brother or cousin. I forgot his name, but he was a brother. And what he did, he just kind of learned the game and learned how everything was working. And then he just started buying the slaves and freeing them. Because he was just trying to emancipate as many slaves as he could. So he had bread. So he was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to just buy the slaves and I'm going to free them. So if I can free them, they can go do their thing. But even when you was free out there, they locked in the fucking unions where niggas couldn't even get jobs. Because they already knew what it was. Well, if we free them and they're going to come for our jobs. Why you think it is the way it is now? They'll open up the floodgates for all these motherfucking immigrants, and then they'll use these broad and ambiguous terms as Dr. Claude Anderson talks about, like people of color and minorities and all these other motherfuckers, and then have you grouped in thinking like, oh, they for us. And then you be like, hey, man, where's all that shit that y'all supposed to give black people? We did. We gave it to people of color. So motherfuckers better wake up and be like cognizant to what the fuck is going on. Because I'm telling you right now, man, y'all think it ain't more professors like that suck ass nigga? Y'all niggas done lost y'all fucking mind, man. For real. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. I really suggest that people stay in their lane, man. Stay in your fucking lane. Like I said, I don't know how many times I can say it. If you're dealing with anybody and they know everybody else's business, but they don't know their own business, that's a problem. If you're dealing with people that's in your life that could tell everybody what they need to be doing and give advice on everybody else, look at their life. And that should tell you all you need to know about the person that's giving you advice. And that should tell you all you need to know about what type of advice they're giving you. Because some people don't want to follow their own instructions, their own advice, but they can always tell you what you need to be doing. Stay away from those type of people. I don't even like that around me because it's time wasting shit. You know what I'm saying? When people, look, I've never, ever thought it was normal that a person could tell everybody what they, man, you should be doing this, or man, you should be doing that. And then you look at them, you're like, what you got going on? Oh yeah, man, I know, that, I always thought that was not normal. I just think that behavior has been normalized because people just kind of go with it. Me now, that's why I don't even want that type of shit around me because I don't have time, man. And if if a nigga talking about, well, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, man, black people, if we just do our part, maybe white people won't call us niggas. Guilty, nigga, you a Sambo. I'm out, man. Peace.